So for those of you that may or may not know, my name is Autumn and this is my 2018 Chevy Camaro ZL1, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 things I despise about this car. So starting off strong with number 1 is the blind spots in this car. So as I was saying, blind spot, obviously as you guys can see, this is like a race car. But so you're not really supposed to be able to see out of it that greatly. You're supposed to see out of the car, but I feel like coupes don't have the best visibility. Why are you laughing at me? Right? Like you have a sedan over there, you guys, look. You have a sedan and you can easily see out of that car, but my car, you look at it and you're like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to see out of that thing. So the quarter windows are tiny, obviously, and you can't really see out of that when you're inside and driving. And then once you add this big ol' wang, then it makes it extremely hard to see. So I can see out of like the back window, but then once you add the wing, it makes like the visibility a lot worse. But you guys, this isn't really a problem for me because I am so used to driving with the blind spot, so it doesn't really even affect me anymore. But this is definitely one of the biggest things. So let me show you the inside so you guys can get a better visual of what I'm talking about. Okay, so follow me. So as you're sitting here and you try and look, you see nothing out of these quarter windows at all. Nothing at all, nothing at all. It's like that much. So if you're in the driver's seat and you try and look out of the rear window, you just see the wing and that's blocking a lot of the view. So obviously blind spot is really bad just in general in this car, and then also if you have dark tint. So overall, blind spot is number 1. Okay, so now on to number 2 is the cheap plastics in the interior of the ZL1. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. Follow me. As I said before, you guys, the Camaro interior is honestly my favorite interior, like when you're looking at Dodges or Mustangs. Chevy is by far my favorite one. However, the plastics I feel like are just super cheap and like janky in this car, if I'm being honest. So let me come closer. So let's just press. So I'm gonna push on this and just listen to the way this sounds, you guys. So obviously not the highest quality. What else? So we got this little jiggly loose guy over here, and it just doesn't look the best quality. The Alcantara is super nice, but it's just when you get to the plastics in the car, especially like the dash trim is super cheap looking, and yeah, that is number 2. Coming at number 3 is the miles per gallon that you get in the ZL1. So obviously everyone drives different, but the basic range is 14 miles per gallon in this car. So it just kind of sucks when you're always at the gas station and always getting gas, and days like today, it was $100 for me to fill up my tank at Chevron. So that's nice. And just let me show you guys just a little fun fact about my car. So when you open my gas cap, you guys are probably wondering, you're like, Autumn, why is it white? Isn't your car black underneath? And that's because I did not have the stock, what's this called? Fuel door, that's what it's called. I didn't have the stock fuel door from the previous owner, and he had switched this out to some aftermarket carbon one that I threw away now, and this one is from my white SS because I had it left over and it happened to fit. So look at that, you guys. Anyways, number 3, miles per gallon. Okay, now moving on to number 4, which is a problem I have a lot, and I feel like a bunch of Camaro owners also have this problem that I've noticed, is the exterior trim pieces. So like I said, the interior plastics are cheap, and I feel like these are as well, because look at this, you guys. Watch how I have to fix it. Ready? Just slap that, just slap that puppy back in there and she's good to go. But you know, it keeps popping up, so like The other day I was on the freeway and I rolled my window up and then down, and of course this came up with the window and it was flapping away. And it just makes me feel stupid because I feel like there's people next to me and they're like, why is your thing flapping in the air? And there's nothing I can do about it because I'm driving. So anyways, the trim pieces just are not the best looking also. Like you look at this and you're just like, I don't know, it just feels like cheap looking and janky, and yeah, that's just one thing that I despise about this car. So last but not least, number 5 is the back seat space that you get in a Camaro. And you guys are probably like, Autumn, why are you crying about the back seat size in your Camaro? You don't even go back there. And these cars aren't even meant for people to really go back there, and it's not meant to be comfortable. Yeah, I get it. Guys, honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, I love this car and I couldn't actually think of 5 things that I hate about it. So we're just adding this one just because I know that my little sister complains about getting back there. And Challengers have a better back seat. So in all reality, the design could be better, but it's not. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so obviously, oh wait, there's a lot of stuff back there. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff. I should move all this stuff. We're gonna need a slight intermission. Okay, well, guys, so obviously there's a bunch of stuff in my car, so slight intermission because I have like parts boxes and packages and a bunch of I need to skedaddle out of there so I can give you an example of what it's like to get in my back seat. Okay guys, so I'm gonna get in the back seat to show you what it's like. So I guess let's attempt this. I'm gonna go under the seatbelt because I don't want to step on it. Okay, well, if we can put my foot in there. So, you guys, obviously I am tall, so look at my headspace. I'm gonna show them my headspace that I got going on, completely hitting the ceiling. So, if I did want to sit back here, I'd probably have to lean. And let's try putting the seat back. And right into my knees. Lovely. Not a lot of space back here, and now I can see why my little sister complains, because this is not fun at all. All right, now let's get out. Okay, let's go over. Right, that wasn't so bad. So obviously those are just a few of the things that I dislike about this car, but like I said, I literally love this car, and it's hard to talk about things that I hate because I really don't hate anything. The blind spot I've gotten used to, so I can like basically see out of my car pretty easily. Besides the tint, it doesn't make it, besides the tint, it does make it hard for me to see at night, and I already have bad vision, but that's besides the point. Back seats obviously aren't a problem. Back seat is just for my dog Moo. Miles per gallon, that's what you get when you pick a car like this. You just have to deal with going to the gas station all the time. And then just like the crappy trim and plastics, that's just definitely things that they could have done better. So those 2 things for sure they could have done better, but the rest doesn't really bother me, I guess. So anyways, I wanted to tell you guys about this because I'm very, very annoyed right now. And this has nothing to do with just like owning a Camaro or whatever, and that's not one of the top 5 things, but it looks like there was like a bird, or someone said it looked like raccoon feet, because it's like, it looked like raccoon feet or like bird feet because it was like the three prints, you know, the bird prints. But there was like a trail on my car, and so then I washed my car and went away, but what didn't go away is the scratches that whoever it is left behind. So that's great. Little tip, maybe get your car PPF'd or something, and then maybe the problem would go away. And let's not even, you guys, my car let's also state my car is very dirty right now because I have it under trees and like the pollen and stuff is just like covered my car. I did wash it yesterday, so I do not neglect my car. It's just the trees. It's just not the vibe. Bye everyone. People are gonna be like, Autumn, it's not meant for people to sit in the back seat. But what else am I gonna say? Okay, so